Chris Anstey from Bloomberg News joins us from our studios in Tokyo. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. This is historic, unprecedented. Adjectives aside, what does this potential meeting signify?
Well, that's right, Harsha. As you say, there has been no summit before between the U.S. president and the North Korean leader. There were some discussions when Bill Clinton was president of a potential meeting, but that did not pan out. North Korea has sought direct talks with the United States for decades, but the U.S. position has always been that there needed to be a broader set of discussions, including South Korea and including other neighbors. So we're really heading into uncharted territory here. Also, typically you'd have summits when at the end of the process, after lower level officials had negotiated the deal, and you bring in the leaders to kind of put the the ink on the paper. So we've got here a very unpredictable leader in Donald Trump sitting down at the table with another unpredictable leader in Kim Jong Un. So really, it's hard to map out here where things are going. But the markets certainly like it. It's at least a move towards negotiation instead of confrontation. And we saw, as you say, a raft of green on the equity market front and a dip in the yen, which of course is always a haven in times of turmoil.
Sure. You're right, Chris. You're seeing green on the screen across markets. Just one little question though. Does this thaw with North Korea actually mean that North Korea is willing to change its position on a variety of things, and perhaps willing to engage with the world and willing to engage with the United States?
Well, our reporting indicates that, security analysts are cautioning against any jump to conclusions on that point. It's hard to see North Korea being open to full, giving up of its nuclear weapons. But on the other hand, again, it's unpredictable what Kim Jong Un and Donald Trump, sit down to agree. What we do know is that they're going to be talking about the location, talking about who's going to be at the table. But again, it's hard to see where things are going to head at this point. One, thought, Harsha, to consider is, do we look at this from, instead of a U.S.-North Korea framework, do we look at this from a U.S.-China standpoint? It could potentially be a smart geostrategic move for the United States to kind of pull North Korea out of China's orbit and move and shake things up on that front. Recall that that's what Richard Nixon did with China and Mao Zedong, pulling it away from the Soviet orbit. Could there be a broader geostrategic realignment here? There's a lot of things to think about, and we'll have several weeks before we hit the big summit day.